Okay. The first section of the 2020 report talks about the relationship between brands and consumers, and social marketing is identified as one of the things that's probably impacted that relationship between brands and consumers the most. Are there brands that come to mind that are doing the right things with social, and are there some you can think of that either with name or without name aren't doing it very well?
I think actually, as I thought about that question, actually don't think anybody's doing a great job in social. I think we're trying, but to me, social provides that connective tissue that I think brands are looking for with their customers, because it goes across everything. It goes from mobile to web. It's going to be in your TV. It's going to be everywhere. And so I think when we start looking at it that way and taking the things that I do on a Facebook page today and having that same experience happen when I'm in your store or buying your product and knowing about me, I don't think we're taking advantage of that yet. So I think the future is huge for social, and it doesn't mean more Facebook pages. It means using social to connect everything that you're doing.
I'll speak up for Chick-fil-A. I think, first of all, I think Coke is doing a great job, and I think Jeff is our guy who helps us with Chick-fil-A stuff, so we're doing okay. Jeff's doing great, but we're doing okay. He's doing as much as we let him do, put it that way. We are still letting customers kind of organize themselves, and there's a lot of passion, so it works really well, looks good on the numbers, but we're not integrated. And so when things happen, it took us 9 days recently to respond to an issue that happened. It took us 9 days to publish a response. It needs to be 9 minutes or 9 hours maximum. So we're still in this old kind of silo mode, and still have this kind of control mindset. Legal got involved, wanted to review everything. So we've got to get faster, much faster, to respond to things, and we've got to get more integrated from a system standpoint, so the experience does have a thread with the customer at the center of it through the whole touch point, through all touch points in the brand. So we're doing okay, thanks to Engage's help, but we got a long way to go.
We're having a lot of fun with social. Adam Nate is our Executive Director of Social Media. Where are you, Adam? You're in the room somewhere.
Over there.
Where is he? So Adam's hiring in January, by the way. So that's one of the reasons I wanted you to see him. So, we get to partner with some terrific brands. So, we had a fun True Blood promotion with HBO. Dexter has tens of millions of fans and followers, and Showtime has very few, right? So it's interesting to see how the brands play in social. Do you want to like Showtime? No. Do you want to like Dexter? Sure. In our space, we've got some terrific brands to partner with, and it's been a lot of fun.
I just wanted to add, it's interesting when we try to describe and define social, because for a long time, people only thought that the Facebook experience was social, and now, of course, Google Plus is out there. I'm not even speaking to that. But I'll speak about it if you want me to. But really, if you look back and you think about being social with your consumer, and you think about engaging them in a conversation, regardless of the platform, you look at people like Heinz Ketchup, who 4 years ago, if you guys remember, they had a whole campaign to help redesign their ketchup bottles. And you could submit a video, or you could submit an idea, and that's where a lot of those new labels came out, right? So there are companies that have been doing social activities without having a website to start that conversation with their consumers. And those are the ones that I think are really interesting, that take it across the spectrum of communication and think about different ways to interact with the consumer, to provide some kind of context for them to have a relationship if they want to. I personally don't need a relationship with my ketchup. But if you were a fan, you might want that, and that gave them that opportunity. So I do think the people that are, and the brands that are going to do a good job at social in the future won't depend on one single platform, one single site, one single place to talk to their consumer, that they have to infuse it across all their brand and all their messaging so that people can interact as they choose.
Okay. Can I expand on that a little bit? I completely agree, and I think you guys know about the Charmin mobile app? Anybody know this one?
Yeah.
So not many of us would want to have an app for toilet paper, but what they did was they created an app called the Sit or Squat app, and so you rate public bathrooms. It's either a sit or a squat. It's an excellent time with their brand, right? They are trying to provide a pleasant bathroom experience, and so it's useful for the consumer. It's a tie-in. You're in their pocket because you're on their mobile device, but it doesn't have to be about the toilet paper. So things like the Heinz example and the Charmin, I think there's ways to be a part of a customer's life without having to be, as overt as saying, like me on Facebook. I'm not going to like Charmin on Facebook. but I might have that app with me. So.